Mindset, then. You've talked a lot about having the right mindset. How do we go about getting ourselves in the right mindset to successfully execute the plans that we've put in place, that we've written down and that we've set out for the next 12 months? Are there some key steps to getting the head in the right place, the right mindset?
Yeah, look, we spend our careers as athletes in that performance environment, getting ready. Much more time on that 8 months, 9 months a year getting ready, and 2 months maybe competing, 3 months possibly competing. So what we mean by the mindset and what you can do is to be ready. So to be, and a lot of it comes down to awareness, and a lot of it comes down to clarity in our hearts, in our heads, and in our actions. And I think when they all come together, and we have that emotional and physical clarity, we start to really motor. And that's kind of summed it up. And there's lots going on there, of course. But if we get that kind of awareness, we don't want any blind spots. So that comes back to the knowledge piece, but having the desire to go find that stuff out, and then doing something about it.
Yeah, and I think it's really important, because it's probably the thing that a lot of people just don't focus on, because we think, well, that's just the way I am. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm not so good at. That's the way I am. And what we learned as athletes is that you can improve and you can learn skills when it comes to your mindset. And there are certain tools and techniques that we would apply as athletes that seem obvious to us now, but the first time we actually learnt about them and did them, it had a big effect on our performance. And those tools translate into whatever you're doing in life, but it certainly translates into property investing. So, for an example, we work with a group of Asset Academy students, and we share with them a lot of those skills, the ones we think that are really applicable. And one simple thing would be to have an awareness to where you spend your time and your focus on what kind of things. There's a quadrant model here, and what is known is that people that are quite efficient tend to focus on things that they know are important, but they're not urgent, so you can put them off. But actually, people who are successful or whatever, they don't put them off. They recognize that this is important, and I could put it off, but I'm going to do it because this is the kind of thing that's going to really, I don't have to do it now, but it's something that I'm going to do now, whereas I think I could just put it away. That one awareness tool can make a dramatic impact on what you do, on what you focus on as an athlete, what parts of training you focus on, but certainly as a property investor and how you allocate your time. So, success leaves clues. So we believe that there are lots of those techniques that we can share with people, and they can apply them to their property investing journeys. And we don't say that because it's what we did as athletes. You say it's because we've applied them to our property investing journeys. We were just lucky to have learned them in another environment.
So mindset, then, it's not a one-time thing. It's not just okay, I'm in the right mindset now. It's something you constantly have to upgrade or reassess.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's the concept of the growth mindset, which is you're always looking to improve, not dramatically, but you're always open to change and you're open to improvement. And certainly in sport, even if you're someone as talented and as great as Usain Bolt, all the great athletes, Mo Farah, Daley Thompson, whatever, they were never complacent. There's no room for complacency in high class sport, because there's always someone behind who's young, fit, and ready to run you down or throw further than you. So if you're on that journey, that acknowledgement of I'm keen to learn, I'm keen to listen, I'm keen to develop, is something that is vital if you're a property investor or whether you're an athlete.
I think the other thing there's a slight misconception with as well is, and I remember growing up watching athletes and watching the Olympics and being over, just completely, engrossed with these people who just seemed superhuman, and they must be unflappable and full of confidence because that's how they appear. When that isn't necessarily the case. In fact, getting to know a lot of the athletes, obviously, and as myself, my own personal experience, sometimes was racked with fear, racked with doubts. Sometimes I just couldn't be bothered to train normal stuff. And the point is, I suppose, it's not wrong to have those feelings. It's just wrong to be kind of controlled by them and not have a mechanism to deal with them. And a lot of our work in the mindset space is to acknowledge, look, and say, look, it is okay. Of course, we're all, we all have that stuff going on, but if we take control of it, we can actually do something about it. It doesn't mean it goes away. It just, we have mechanisms to deal with them.